Welcome back to CMD and another video. You join me back here at Boho Bakery in Stroud, Gloucestershire. I'm here with another one of Paul Stevens' phenomenal car collection, the Porsche 981 Spyder. Essentially, a GT4 without a roof, a 3.8 litre naturally aspirated manual attack of the senses. Paul's been kind enough to chuck me the keys and tell me to take it for a drive to see what it's really all about. A car that was supposed to see him through a stopgap between a number of cars that he's got on arrival, going, so on and so forth. It's actually the one that he might end up keeping, which tells you an awful lot if you understand some of the cars that he has and has owned historically. So I'm really keen to get it outside and take it for a drive. Just before we do that, if you're new to CMD, we've been set up as a YouTube channel with a difference. All of the revenue that we generate through videos like the one you're watching right now all lands into a designated bank account. All of those funds, without exception, every single penny is donated to local, national and international charities and good causes. More recently, we've donated £1,500 to Birmingham Children's Hospital, £750 to Mission Motorsport and £500 to the Family Haven, a local-based charity here in Gloucestershire that helps rehome the homeless. And that's all off the back of people like you watching videos like this. So if you like what you see, it would really help me out if you could like this video, hit that subscribe button and maybe share it somewhere if you think you might know someone who's interested. It goes a long way and makes a big difference. Right, that's enough of that. Should we go for a drive? Ready for it? So, take two. So basically take one was fantastic, roof off, because it's a Spyder and you just would, but it wasn't really that audible after I've watched it back. So back out, roof on, just so I can do a piece to camera that you can hear. So, previous gen 981 Spyder, 3.8 litre, naturally aspirated, manual gearbox. Roof comes off, not as slick as a Boxster, bit of an operation, but not too bad. So admittedly, I've never driven this generation before. Driven the 718 in a Cayman and a GT4. You get relatively standard mod cons. Sat-nav looks a little bit more dated, as you would expect, it's an older car. But there's benefits, which I'll get to in a moment. Like most Porsches pootling around, you're aware you're in a sports car. Casing point, cattle grids, narrow lanes, bumpy roads, and I'm aware of that. But it's not unlivable. But I have to say, I've been out this morning filming drive-bys and rolling shots with Paul, the owner, and Pete from Petrolheads Tours. And I drove this from the off, just out of luck. It was, I'll hop into this one. And I'll be honest, I haven't wanted to give the keys back. So I'm going to admit an element of already knowing what I'm looking at and biased, because this thing's pretty special. Casing point. Listen to it go up the revs. Only thing that matters in this car is the sound. It is brilliant. And even with the roof up, I'm sure you can hear that. It's just epic. The 3.8 revs out to 7,500 I've heard people historically talk about how you've got to go for the 4 litre. I'm gonna call BS on that now I've driven this. I genuinely don't see what the 4 litre's got over the 3.8, and this comes with a soundtrack that, quite frankly, because of regulation, unless you go aftermarket, and you get that Porsche dynamic, just I know there are cars that do it better, quicker, in more comfort. I know they exist. I had someone comment on my GT4 video a couple of months back now, and the way I deal with negative comments is I just delete them, to be honest. Especially if they're sort of passive aggressive, personal, because that's just, you know, there's just no need, and I try not to raise to it too often. But one was from a Tesla owner that basically said, you know, my Tesla Model S could mince that GT4. And there's an argument for it, okay? If you have to just outright pace, then yeah. But let me put it to you another way. My microwave could cook a chicken in the same way as my barbecue can cook a chicken. But you don't go round to your mates for a microwave meal, do you? And that's what this car is. It's a complete attack on the senses. It's immensely capable. It is peak cup holder, tray in the middle, one click, another click, out right in front of you. Epic. How on earth they got that so wrong on the 992 when this was already built, I have no idea. Fantastic, brilliant, wonderful little thing, and I like it very much, in case you weren't aware. I genuinely, if I was looking for a convertible car, 2-seater, have no idea why you would look anywhere else. You get a frunk, you get a big boot, roof comes off easily, 3.8 litre, naturally aspirated, manual gearbox, and it sounds like that. Overrun, pops, bangs, heel and tow it. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I've got to wrap this one up. I can't drive this car anymore. I'm going to fall in love with it and buy it. It's literally that good. Huge thank you to Paul Stevens, who's loaned me the use of the car to go out and play with. You genuinely, you know, the mind baffles, but it also tells you a huge amount of how much of a nice guy Paul is. Imagine handing someone the keys to your pride and joy and just saying, just go get on with it. What a bloke. And a huge thank you to you guys for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this one as much as I have. And I look forward to seeing you soon.